y'all, and welcome to another Wedding Wednesday. My name is Jane Corley with Pic Visions, Media Arts and Photography. If it's your first time here, welcome! Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded every week. In today's episode, we're going to talk about themes, the 10 most used themes in weddings. If you're stuck on a theme for your wedding, a tone for your wedding, just trying to get inspired for the way you want your big day to look, this video is really going to help you hammer down some great ideas to inspire you on your theme for your wedding. There's a lot of things within your wedding that really can't move forward until you get your theme set. Your colors, your different attire inspirations, some decor inspirations. But first, I just really want to check in with you brides and grooms and fiancés. How are you doing? How are you doing on your guest list? How are you doing on your music choices? How are you doing on your photographer inspirations? How are you doing with everything? Leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. But let's get started on the 10 most commonly used themes when you're planning your wedding. Sorry guys, this shadow just became real intense coming through the window across from me, so hope it's not too distracting. I got some intense light coming through the back window in our backyard. It's a lot. The first wedding theme is romantic. A romantic wedding theme involves soft, delicate tones, fabrics, and flowers. Your things are flowy and drapey. You're going to be working with a lot more pastel colors. Think hanging lights, maybe even some candles. Think calligraphy on your invitations and save the dates. If you're looking for more of a romantic aspect, you're going to have a lot more delicate, breathtaking items that's just a lot more free-flowing. That's what makes up a romantic themed event. The second theme to choose from is alternative. Alternative. What does that mean? Do you see yourself as an off-the-beaten-path couple? Do you throw tradition out the window? That's an alternative theme. You're going to have more cool and moody flowers, so, black roses, less white, more of a darker backsplash so that you in your white dress, your groom in his white shirts, or even just white place settings pop from that backsplash of darker tones. This is an alternative feel, which includes more golds and coppers to give more of an alternative industrial look. Think of what you typically picture a standard wedding to be, and then do the opposite. Alternative is going to give you more inspiration on the darker tones. The third theme is vintage. Vintage is just what it sounds like. You're going to have more lace tones. You're going to have more of an airy feel. If you're going to have wood textures, it's going to be worn wood. Or if you have a painted door to use for your arbor, it's going to be worn paint. Your glassware, place settings are all going to be maybe mismatchy depression glass. Vintage is just what it sounds like. It's going to be vintage tones, vintage fabrics, something that is not of this time. So with your dress, you may have more lace rather than satin tones. You may have wispier flowers and drapings. You're also going to have maybe some candles, but you can also choose Edison bulbs. That gives it more of a vintage feel. Vintage is also really great if you want to do more of a DIY wedding, because a lot of these fabrics, a lot of these different items, embellishments for the decor items that build your theme, you can find at your house, or you can find at your aunt's house, or you can go to a thrift store and pick them up. You can have typewriters if people want to sign in with a typewriter. If you want to have more of an old school look, not of this current 21st century time, think of inspiration in more of a vintage tone. The fourth theme to choose from is going to be whimsical. Whimsical can be a lot of different things, but whimsical in the bridal world is going to be color splashes. It's going to be a lot of intense color, more of a white backdrop with brilliant, bright colors popping all over your event space. So colorful balloons, colorful ribbons and streamers, multicolored design elements, big flower bundles with lots of color, mismatched accessories on the table, and even using flowers that have a little more whimsy to them. So something that kind of looks like it came out of a storybook, Alice in Wonderland kind of thing, that doesn't necessarily look like it's on this earth. There's a lot of really great flowers that you can play into with the whimsical wedding theme. You can also add whimsy in your menus, in your programs, by using handwritten colorful type on your programs and your menu options to really give that personal touch. But adding these colorful elements, these handwritten, personalized, colorful, brilliant elements, it's going to add whimsy to your wedding theme. The fifth theme is modern. Modern is going to be almost the complete opposite of whimsical. It's going to be geometric shapes. It's going to be hard lines, really streamlined, just very basic and blunt objects in your wedding. So it's going to be emphasized with minimal design elements within constraints of just leading lines. Think sleek and polished, and by using white, silver, or black undertones as sort of a clean palette to work from, and then having 2 or 3 bold coupling colors such as a plum and maybe a pink, something that really is drastic different colors that couple well together, that will help you on your modern track. Number 6 is one that I see used very, very often, and that's rustic. Rustic can be anywhere from barn inspired to more of a kind of like a clean plantation sort of feel. Rustic is sort of a deep south sort of look. So if you want to have burlap, if you want to have more lace embellishments, if you want to have mason jars and just really a hometown cooked feel, rustic is a way to go for you. Another way to step up that rustic theme is by comfort food. So we're here in the South. If you're in the North and you want a rustic feel, there's no saying no to that one. If you want to pull in those rustic kind of deep South tones, do it. It's awesome. It's a beautiful feel. This can also be embellished by the mismatched tableware, the family style dining, and the more simplistic feel. So if you're a DIY versus buy sort of bride and groom, rustic thrives in DIY. There's a lot of things that you can make yourself, a lot of things that you can step up thrift store items or borrowed items to match the tone and theme of this rustic feel. That's not going to break your budget. But it's very, very easy to over rustic your event. Rustic is going to be more of like a backyard or a barn wedding or something that's just a garden party wedding. You can really put those rustic feels in there. So string lights, mason jar, jute twine, burlap, all of those elements really help boost your rustic feel. The next theme is going to be Bohemian. Bohemian is a tone of voice that's kind of barefoot in the woods sort of thing. It can also be very delicate and whimsy feeling. Just get inspired, go and look at Pinterest and all that stuff, and see what Bohemian, what that range is. Bohemian, kind of like rustic, is a little easy to go overboard. Bohemian's going to involve a lot of natural tones, some draping flowers. People use a lot of rugs, decorative rugs or decorative pillows. Macrame is huge for Bohemian, just the dangly lace, crocheted, different elements. Worn wood, maybe on chairs and backdrops or arbors, really make that Bohemian feel. Paired with a flowy flower can really be beautiful. So number 8 is formal and traditional. Formal and traditional typically is more of a black tie affair. It's going to be much more grandiose embellishments and, big posh table decor and just big traditional flower bundles, red roses, and just things a little bit more compact and within the box. With formal and traditional, you can also jump into a lot more, not just quality ingredients and quality decor, but you need quantity, more. You're going to have larger table setups, you're going to have larger decor items, you're going to be a lot more grand with a formal affair. You're going to maybe have a live band rather than a DJ. You're going to have a 4, 5, or 6 course meal that is served to all of your guests. That does come with a price tag, but if it's within your budget, then do it if that's what you want to do. The traditional part of this theme is going to be more included with if you need to have a full service as your ceremony. If you need to have a certain sequence of events based on any sort of religious aspects that you need to have tradition within your wedding. The formal and tradition aspects of it are going to add to that theme. My next theme is going to be a little bit kind of like the Bohemian mixed with a little bit of the Rustic, mixed with a little bit more of the modern. And that's what's called Art Deco. When I talk Art Deco, it's sort of a roaring 20s situation. Think sort of Great Gatsby. You're going to have, maybe some navies and golds, but definitely some coppers, some metalwork. You're also going to have some glitzy, glammy, dangly bit. A lot more streamlined with your flowers and lights, but they are going to be embellished with more sparkles. Your tablecloths may be a lot more sparkly. You have some more pastel tones within your flower arrangements. Things are going to be a little bit more delicate. So you're going to be working with more sparkles and geometric shapes. Your suits for your gentlemen may be, double-breasted. Your dress may be lace rather than sort of a satin. You may have more tassels. Just think roaring 20s. That's what Art Deco is. My last and final theme is going to be theme purposed. Now, what does that mean? That seems a little redundant, right? Theme purpose is going to be, are you getting married at Christmas time and you want your wedding to be Christmas inspired? Are you getting married at the beach and you want to have a nautical inspired wedding? Are you having a destination wedding and you want it to be themed to that destination? Are you really big into animals and you want to have everything decorated like an animal theme, where all of your place settings have different animals on them, or different intricate things in there have different patterns matching to the animals you want to do? It may sound a little strange to have an animal themed wedding, but it happens all the time, y'all. So just theme inspired or theme purposed weddings, that's going to be my 10th theme to choose from. This theme purposed wedding is also really handy if you are going to be DIYing a lot of your wedding. That way you can really go and nab and grab all the different themes and repurposed items that you want to add to your wedding so that you can really make it your own. Now that we've gone through all of these 10 themes, I want to say to you brides, you grooms out there, you don't have to just pick one theme. You don't have to just pick one. You can pick boho rustic, you can pick Art Deco traditional. These are just the guidelines of some pretty standard themes that you can choose from to get the ball rolling. Now, if you're still having trouble finding a theme, look to see what your normal life looks like. Look to see what's in your normal environment. If you know that you and your fiancé are very outdoorsy people, you like really natural fabrics, you're very eco-conscious, you're very just of the earth sort of people, rustic, bohemian, even a little bit of traditional can fit into that category. Mix these themes together to get the event that you're envisioning. Find the perfect theme and just build from it. But these are some great themes to go ahead and get you started. A little helpful bridal tip from me before I shut it down for the day is going to be, if you don't know what you want to do for your colors, If you don't know where you want to start, go to one of your local stores that sells paint, just maybe a hobby store or a hardware store, something that sells buckets of paint for painting your house. They have paint chips available that you can go and look through. So spend the afternoon with your fiance, go to these stores and really just pick up paint swatches and see what colors grab you. If you want green, look in the greens. If you want purples, look in the purples. If you want reds, look in the reds. If you want darker tones, start looking at your browns, look at your coppers. Do find colors though that have a variety of tonalities. So pick something that is maybe your neutral color, like a white or a cream or a silver, or just something kind of in a pastel-y neutral color. Then pick a middle color, so like a yellow or a purple, something that you want to be the showstopper of your color palette. Then pick a darker tone. So you have a dark, a mid-tone, and a highlight. It's the best way to think about it. Then, if you can pick two colors in addition between your highlight and your shadows within your midtones, and select about 5 different colors within the color palette that you want to use for your event. This will get you started on your theme and your decor ideas, and will also get you started on your attire, letting your bridesmaids know what they need to wear, finding something for your groom to wear, your groomsmen, your father of the bride, mother of the bride, kind of get everybody in the right shades and get the ball rolling to start planning your wedding. So once your colors and your theme are chosen, then we can move on to your attire, and that's what our next video is going to be about. So make sure to tune in next week when we talk about attire. And I hope this video was helpful on themes to choose from when you're planning your wedding. Leave in the comments below any tips and tricks that you would leave any fellow brides on how to pick the theme and the colors for their wedding. Look forward to seeing y'all next time. Until then, Jane Corley with Pick Visions, Media Arts and Photography. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded every week. See you later, guys.